Hello everyone. I just wanted to make this video um, it's from a dream that I had, and it's pretty much it could be a startling dream. Some might actually call it kind of frightening if you look at it that way, but I think it can also be a dream of hope as well, um, if you're prepared. Um, so basically, the dream started off where I was in a building, and I was in a building with a bunch of people, and looked like it might be like a social gathering, kind of like a pub or a tavern or something like that, maybe. And everyone was pretty much having a good time, I guess. Everyone seemed pretty much happy. Um, and then across the street, there were some guys. You could see them or tell they were over there, and they were just kind of looked like a restaurant or something like that, and just sitting down, I guess maybe eating or something. And then all of a sudden, they all get up, and they have black gear. They're wearing like black clothes or black gear, black clothes, and they get up and they all have weapons, have guns, um, and so they started to walk over to where we are, the place where we are, and and they just pretty much started opening fire, just start shooting everywhere, just start opening fire. Um, Without any thoughts or hesitations or anything, or basically showing no mercy, basically no mercy, basically, and they all have like semi-automatic weapons and things like that, and you know, obviously the people in the establishment, get really scared, and they try to escape. They try to get out of there. From what I could see, there was only maybe like one door. And maybe there were other doors, but I just didn't really can tell that if there was other doors or not. But I know there was definitely the main entrance door, basically. So everyone was leaving out of that door, and basically that's where the guys coming in were, where they were attacking. They were coming in from there. Getting everyone basically as they left through the door, shooting them as they left through the door. And so, I stayed inside the building, and I remember I tried to like hide behind a couch, and I was thinking, I don't know if the couch was going to protect me once these guys enter and start shooting in there, or not. But and then it was just me and another woman, another lady. We were the only two left inside the building, and she told me to. She had a book, I guess, and she told me to look in the book and go to chapter 5 for some reason, and it said something about her father, had information in the book about her father. She told me to read it, and then put it on the counter or something like that. And so I told her that I was gonna do that. I said once I found the information, I'll put it face down on the counter on the page that I found it. She's like, okay, I was like, okay, and I think it's kind of, at the time I didn't really know what it meant and everything, but now I think I share that this dream also with my dad, and of course we were kind of thinking that it was of course, the Bible, and saw something too on the I think it was a video, and she mentioned what the number five meant. She had a dream, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago or something, and it had something about number five or something like that. And I was like, wow, that's the same thing that was in my dream, about the Lord works like that, And in the dream, it was the number five, the chapter five. So I figured, five must have been something too. And I did look it up as well, and it meant, about the Lord's grace, about His goodness, that's what the number five, symbolizes. And so I was like, wow, okay, that that does that is significant. It does make a lot of sense, And so while I was having this conversation with the lady, about the book, I kind of believe, of course, it's the Bible, the Word, and then all of a sudden, this door on the left side of me opened up on the wall, basically out of nowhere, basically like a hidden door, basically open up, and I could see like light coming through the door, the crease of the door, and all of a sudden, an older man came out through the door, and he walked around, and he took me and her, and there was another door on the right side, and we went through that door. I'm not sure if that door was already there. It might have been already there. And we went through there, and then, she was actually very happy because she was saying that was her dad. She could tell that was her dad, and she knew that was the person that she had been waiting for. Of course, like, I think, of course, now, you think about it, and, that was the Lord, the Lord, that was her dad, So we went through the other doorway, through a little hallway to the other side, and then around the corner was another door. And I want to say that door maybe just came out, just appeared as well, or, I don't know if it was actually there either. And inside that door was, there's, once it was open, like, light was in there, and it, looked like some kind of beast or something inside there. And, I was thinking that they basically looked like horses. I was thinking there were horses inside that door. And then she was very happy, and crying and everything. And so she was saying she wanted to leave with him, and then she was trying to like basically hug him, I remember, and then he wouldn't let her hug him, he was saying he was saying it's not your time, it's not your time to go, and I think it's going to be soon, but it wasn't your time yet, and I think, of course, that symbolizes like the rapture, of the church, the Lord's church. So, and then he showed us the door, and it had, I think it has like horses in there, and it was like, I think saying that, I don't know if this was going to happen first, or this has got to happen first, and then basically you can leave. So, I know, like, like I said, I was talking to, my, talking about this, with my dad and everything, and, it was like, we're kind of debating as far as, where we might be, and as far as, the Bible. And I know basically everyone agrees that, these are the last days, we're like, a lot of people don't maybe know for sure where we are in the last days. And I know there's been some videos about, what's kind of been going on right now, like in the world. Of course, I think everyone knows as far as what's currently going on in this world, as far as like the restrictions and everything that's kind of going on. And I know someone believes that that's a symbol of basically us going through the seals right now, because, we're kind of thinking like, when is the tribulation period and everything, it was I believe 42 months, the tribulation, the 7 years. And I think that's 4 too much. But yeah, so when is the tribulation period and when is the seals? We know there's seals, trumpets, and bowls, that it talks about in the Bible, and I know people say that we're gonna be spared from the Lord's wrath, but it says in my Bible, I know that a lot of times or in here actually it says that the wrath is actually like the bowls, I want to say. So it's like the last 7 bowls, So, if that's the tribulation period, then that would be the bowls. But before that, you have the seals, and then you have the trumpets, and those things have kind of like calamities involved as well. So, maybe we're not actually in the tribulation period, but some of these events have already started. Like like I'm saying, some people are saying in their videos as well. So if you look at the seals, if you go to Revelation chapter 6, that's where it actually talks about the seals, and these are the first ones that's that actually starts. So you have the seals, and they have like I said, the trumpets, and then you have the bowls. So here, if you look at chapter 6 and you go to the first seal, I watched as the Lamb opened the first of the 7 seals. Then I heard one of the 4 living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror bent on conquest. So some people were looking at the meaning of the translation of crown. You can look that up too. And it has something to do with what's going on right now in our current environment. So you can look that up and you can see what that means. Then you go to the next verse. When the Lamb opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, "Come." Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and to make men slay each other. To him was given a large sword. And some people believe that has something to do with war, but maybe it could also mean just people, killing each other as well, taking peace from the earth. Right now we don't have a lot of peace. So I don't know, whether or not that's saying that the second seal here is open as well. But then, like I said, some people believe that the first seal right there is open. And these are what people call the Four Horsemen. If you're familiar with that, these are the Four Horsemen. So it's saying, the first seal there is open, and either the second seal is either open or maybe it's going to open soon. And then you have the third seal here. When the Lamb opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a black horse. Its rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. Then I heard what sounded like a voice among the 4 living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a day's wages, and 3 quarts of barley for the day's wages. And do not damage the oil and the wine." Right there. That's verse 6. And that's basically saying that it's going to be major inflation. Because if something small, a quart of wheat is basically a day's wage, that's not a whole lot, and then 3 quarts of barley for a day's wage. So it's saying that there's going to be some serious inflation. Everything is going to cost a whole lot of, basically a whole lot of money. So that's the third seal, or the third horse. That's the black horse. That tells you it's going to be an economic downturn after you have the conqueror ride out on the white horse, and the war or violence that happens on the red horse, and then you have the economic downturn on the black horse. And a lot of people are saying that that's around the corner. That's gonna happen soon because we're doing all these things with our government, and you can see that this stuff might might come back around, where we're basically spending a lot of money and things are getting kind of done to try to repair things, but then on the back end, it could actually come back around and hurt us. Like I said, that would be going into the third seal with the economic issues, basically. And then, of course, well, not of course, but you have the fourth seal. I don't know if folks are familiar with this, but then you have the fourth seal. And then it says here, when the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth, so 25%, to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. So it talks about, that's kind of like a combination of, the second seal there with the red horse, take peace away from the earth. Because it says here, sword, and then, of course, if you have economic downturn, and then you're going to have famine, and then you got plague, so it's like pestilence or disease, basically. And, we got that kind of stuff going on right now, on that side too, the disease and everything. And then it says the wild beasts. So, a lot of things are happening with the animals too, that we have to really consider. And then it goes into the fifth seal and so on. But those are the main ones I kind of wanted to cover there. The first four seals with the Four Horsemen. We call it Four Horsemen. So right now, like I said, people believe we might be through the first and the second, and then are going into the second, and then maybe heading into the third one very soon. So basically, be very aware and cautious, that we're heading into this period. I think it's safe to say that it's very likely that we are, that we're heading into this time period, the end days right here. This time of it could be possibly these seals. We don't know for sure, but it seems like a lot of things are pointing towards that being a possibility. And like I said, I had that dream where, seemed like the older man that, her dad basically was, seemed like maybe he was basically the Lord, he was saying that you're going to have to wait a little while. And then there was those beasts inside that room, to get through basically, but you have to wait. And I think they were basically horses. So those are the, and I just read here in chapter 6 of Revelation, basically, about the horses, about those four horses. So those are the first four seals, basically. And like I said, you got seals, and then you have the trumpets, and then you have the bowls. And then these things, I guess, are going to actually happen or take place before the actual tribulation period. So, a lot of these things are going to happen before that. So just be aware of that you might have to endure some things. This video is kind of getting a little longer now, so I'm just going to end with a quick reading of a verse for encouragement for those that of course are just waiting for the Lord, trying to hold on. But like I said, we might have to endure a little bit longer, go through some things that may happen, and but the Lord is there. The Lord is there for us, be our comforter, and to always take care of us too. Like I said, with the number 5, that's the Lord's goodness and grace, basically. So let me go over here to Psalms chapter 91, Psalms 91. And I just read it because it is very comforting, and a lot of people use this as a, as a way of encouragement, basically, which, we definitely all could use right now. So Psalms 91. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him, in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under the wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord, who is my refuge, then no harm will befall you. No disaster will come near your tent, for He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will fill you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay, so that's Psalms 91. A lot of people are familiar with it, but you may not be familiar with it. But it's definitely a chapter of comforting. That's it. So it's basically something to really follow and believe, and like I said, have comfort in during this time. If things really start to kind of ramp up and get worse, and if you're a believer and you know that you're still here and everything, that that the Lord is going to be your protector. He's going to be here for you. So please just take that in, and wrap this video up soon. But yeah, and if you're not a believer, please come to the Lord. Please ask Him into your heart and follow Him. I know that there's probably a lot of questions and things that are going on in people's minds and unrest and everything, but like I said, the Lord will be your comforter. He will be your comforter, but you got to give your life you got to believe in the Lord. Like I said, you got to